Why did you have to face the Pitbull?
Face the what?
To face the Pitbull.
What Pitbull?
This is another Aidan question.
Face the Pitbull?
I think this was from Brad.
Who's he on about? Is that what he said?
Brad Boyden wants to know why he had to face the Pitbull that day.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Brad Boyden had to face the Pitbull, not me. Oh, Liam.
Is that how he put it?
Yeah. No, the Pitbull
I read
jumped.
it wrong.
No, it's right. Exactly what you're saying.
Why
Yeah?
had to face the Pitbull?
Right, here's the story.
I thought why you had to face the Pitbull that day.
No, Brad had to face the Pitbull.
Oh, okay.
This is the problem. So we're coming back from training. My missus rings me. She was crying. And I said, what's up? She said, do you know that kid next door? So she lived next door to these people for years. And she'd known this kid since he was really young. But as he's got older, he starts selling a bit of weed and then selling a bit of sniff. And he's going off the rails, this kid is. But she's always spoke to him and they've always got on all right, yeah? So he's got these two big dogs in the garden, like XL Bullets, Pitbulls or whatever they are. So this actual lad, this is why I'm glad that Brad's asked you, because if I told you this story, you'd think I was bullshitting. You would not get your head around this story, yeah? So the next thing is, she rings me crying. She said, that dickhead next door was screaming over the fence. My missus got a little Chihuahua dog and they got these big dogs. And he screams out the window and says, tell that fucking dog to shut up. Because he's off his nut. He's been drinking cans of Stella and he's sniffed off his head. Yeah. And he's in on his own, so his mum can't tell him what to do. She said to him, do you want to come down here and say that? So anyway, he said, oh, fucking hell. So he comes down, spat in her face. This little scumbag spits in her face. Yeah. So she rings me, I'm like, all right. I thought, do you know what? It'll just carry on if I don't sort it out.
Yeah.
So we're training, me and Brad Boyd are training. And I said, I'm just popping over Cobb on the way back, Brad. Do you want to just pop over with us just in case there's a few lads there? We'll have a bit of a whatever. Yeah? So me and Brad Boyd are laughing while this kid's chasing us with a machete. We're just laughing at each other. So this is how it went. So
that escalated.
Yeah, we get to that. So next minute, we pulls up outside. So I bangs the front door. And he looks out the window and he said, yeah. I said, mate, do you want to come down here a minute? I need to have a word with you about what you've done. Come down there? Fucking come down. I look at Brad, I'm like, next minute, he runs out the front door. Do you know in Henry Hoover, the steel pipe with a bit on the end? So he's just got that. So he goes to smash me over the head with it. So I just bang, dropped him. He dropped on the floor. And as he dropped on the floor, he locks my little finger in his mouth. In his mouth. He starts to bite my little finger. So bang, bang, bang. So there's blood everywhere. It's pounding everywhere. Next minute, he gets up, leave it. I think, what's wrong with this kid? There's something wrong with him. Something must be mentally wrong with him. Now I look at Brad, I'm like, what's going on here? Next minute, he goes back in the house. We thought, oh, that's it. He comes out the house with his kitchen knife. Come on then. And then the next minute, a fucking big dog runs out behind him, yeah? He comes at me with his kitchen knife. This fucking big pitbull jumps up, grabs Brad Boyden by the skin, and it's hanging off his skin. So Brad's like, get this dog off. This kid's then coming for me with this knife, yeah? So I thought, oh, here we go. So he comes over with this knife, and there's a little cart there. My missus' car on the drive next door. So wherever he goes to, I'll go to the opposite corner because he's got this knife. Come on then, come on. And fucking next minute, Brad's running around the estate trying to get this dog's... he's got it off his back, but Brad's trying to keep the dog away from him. So next minute, we go from one end to the other with this car, yeah? So as I'm walking around the car, I look to the side and there's a tree in the garden which must have been planted, like 10 years ago. And when they first plant these trees, they have these round bits of wood like that, two of them, like stakes in the ground, and they have a bit of rubber between them, to hold a new tree up. But it's about 10 years old, so the rubber's rotted, and just these posts are at the side of the tree. Yeah. So as I come around the car, I just grab one, and it snaps off level with the ground. So I've got this post now that's about this big, yeah? So, all right, you fucker, come on then, let's have a go, yeah? You ain't getting that close to me with that knife. So I let him close the distance, but not going straight at him. I thought, I'll slow it down so he gets closer and closer. So as he gets closer to me, I wait till he's in distance with this thing, and as he gets in, I just smashed him. I smashed him straight over the shoulder with this big wooden stake, and he just drops to the floor, and this knife then shoots off the other way. So we boot the knife out the way, and he's like, he said, so you need to calm down, We're like, mate, the old Bill are going to be in here in a minute. People are out watching what's happening here. You're going to get in trouble. We know what you do, and you're going to get arrested. They're going to go in your house. They're going to find all your gear, and you're going to be in trouble. Why are you kicking off like this? Well, where's my phone? Somebody's had my phone. Somebody's had my phone. So, anyway, he finds his phone on the floor, and then we're trying to get the dogs. There was 2 dogs in the end, yeah? So my missus had gone and got some treats out the house and encouraged these dogs back in the house. Yeah? While Brad's running away from them around the estate. Oh, there's blood everywhere. I'd got my T-shirt was ripped off from when I got in this thing with him. There's just blood everywhere. So the next thing is me and Brad then are standing outside the front of my missus' house, and he's gone back in the house. And we're looking at each other like, how did that escalate to that? What's gone on? And Brad said, look at me back. It's, all this blood in his back. Next minute, we just heard the front door open and go, fucking come on. And he comes out with his samurai sword.
No way.
Yeah. So me and Brad look at each other, instead of being like normal people, but no way, look what's happening. We're just like, whoa. Burst out laughing and running my missus' house. But she's got the front door there, and at the side of the front door, they've got these, like a window only about that big. Yeah. So he's got this big sword, bang, bang, smash the outside glass on the window, and then he keeps banging it, and I'm thinking, what's going to go on here? What's happening? Brad's like, I need to get out of here. The old Bill will be here in a minute. There's going to be some problems. And we're thinking, what's going to happen? And you can see all the people over the road. There's some apartments over the road, and they're on the balcony at the apartments. Now, when you look at that, what is that not attempted murder? Chasing you with a... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, something happened, and then he just went, and we looked out the top window, and he's gone back in home. So Brad then runs out, gets in his car, shoots off, leaves me to fend for myself. But 2 minutes later, the old Bill turn up.
Yeah. And
they drag him out, and he kicks off with them, trying to punch him and everything else. They get him in the car, and he's gone. But yeah, Brad with the Pitbull. All him, he was in his, but it was like, the dogs jumped up in the air, grabbed him. And it's just, his feet are that far off the floor. He's just holding Brad's back. I asked him since then if he wanted to go for a pint. He said, I'm going nowhere with you.
What happened to the guy then?
He got sent down, but for something when you look at the charges, I didn't push anything. I ain't getting involved, yeah? But really, if he'd have chased anybody else, or if you'd have walked in the bank with that samurai sword, you get 25 years. If you'd have done it with if you'd have done that with a judge, walked round his house and chased him with a samurai sword, you get 25 years. Why is the normal public not looked on the same level, yeah? So he got about 6 months or something. But he was a nutter, I think something happened in the end. Next thing I heard, he was dead, so...
What way to end the story? Next one, no,
it was Brad. Brad bit him.
The dogs probably turned on him.
Yeah, but
that's a mad story.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. If you want to hear more from the BMA podcast, follow us on Spotify for full audios. You can find clip videos on the Bermuda Martial Arts YouTube channel, and finally search at Bermuda Martial Arts on Instagram for even more content. Feel free to comment opinions on the podcast and anyone you would like to see featured. Thanks for supporting.